Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Suave Gerald, and today's topic is mama's babies, daddy's maybe. Why am I talking about this topic? Because I was actually in this type of situation. I was dating a girl for 3 years. Um, we had our ups and downs. It wasn't a perfect relationship, but no relationship is perfect. I have done some things that I'm not proud of. I cheated on her twice. That probably caused some of the drama. I can't admit my flaws and take accountability for my bullshit that I was doing. As a man, I was definitely doing some bullshit. But anyway, I was with this girl, 3 years. She gets pregnant. And this is fairly recently. And she tells me, she's pregnant. I wasn't too thrilled about it, but then I said, you know what? It is what it is. I only got one child right now. I got a daughter. Hey, fuck it. I got another child. It is what it is. I was there doing my part as a man, making sure she was all right, rubbing bellies, going to, doctor's appointment and everything. Baby's born. I'm at the hospital, feeding the baby, doing all that shit that you do when the baby's born. Bring the baby home to her house, 3 days after the baby's born, 3 days, I get a text saying there's a possibility that the kid may not be mine. I'm like, what? That shit fucked me up. I'm like, huh? Over text message. You wasn't even a woman enough to tell me, face to face. You tell me through text message. And, and that's not, here's the kicker. I signed the birth certificate and everything, like a man should do, but, it fucked me up. But I said, you know what? We got to do a DNA test. And from that point on, I said, you know what? That was it. I couldn't take her back. I didn't want to be with her. Even if the kid was mine, I didn't want to be with her. So I said, we're going to take the DNA test. We go from there. We do a DNA test, come to find out I'm not the father. Cool. Now we have to do another DNA test for the court to get my name taken off the child's birth certificate, which she was willing to do. She didn't give me no real issues. She didn't give me no issues at all. Thank God for that. Did that. Test came back. You are not the father. Make a long story short, basically dropping whatever stuff that she needed, Medicaid or whatever, because they want to determine who's the father. I'm not the father, so I didn't have to worry about that. But, it fucked me up, because I thought, it was my child, you know what I mean? And that's why I would tell any man, any young man, any man, if you're with a woman and you have any doubts, you have the right to say, you know what, I want to do a DNA test. I'm not signing a birth certificate. You have every right. And if she really loves you, she would respect that. Because there's too many guys out here who are out here raising kids and the child is not theirs. They out here raising kids and the child is not theirs. And that is the worst feeling in the world, to be, to hear later on this might not be your child, and you do a DNA test and boom, it's not your child. That's some hurtful shit for a man, you know what I mean? And it was some hurtful shit for me. I'm still dealing with it. It still bothers me to this day, and it's almost been a year because the child's birthday is coming up. But it fucked me up for a little bit. I'm still fucked up behind it a little bit, you know what I mean? Because not in a million years I would have thought that woman was that type of girl. You feel what I'm saying? Because she never gave me that type of vibe. After 3 years I've been with her, I never got that type of vibe that, you would do something like that. And she'd tell me, oh, it was just one time. I didn't even want to hear it. I didn't care who it was. Once you told me that, the relationship was already done. Even though we was going through our shit, I was willing to work it out because we had a child. I thought we was having a child and we was bringing a child in this world, so I wanted to work it out. But once you told me that, I was like, you know what? We done. So like I said, don't be afraid, to get a DNA test, fellas. If you have any doubt, sometimes your gut will tell you, listen to it. Listen to him. If people's in your ear, not everybody's out there to hurt you. Some people going to tell you some real shit and you might not want to hear it because you know what it is, but you just don't want to accept it. You got to accept it. If someone tell yo, bro, or your mom, whatever, tell you something, listen to it because it could possibly be right. Don't be afraid to ask for, I want to take a DNA test before I sign a birth certificate. And if she get mad about that and she fly off the rail and want to not be with you, then it wasn't meant to be. You feel what I'm saying? If that little situation rocked the boat to the point where she don't want to be with you, she didn't want to be with you from the jump. And she might know that you're about to expose her for her bullshit. So that's why I would say, don't ever be scared to say, I want to get a DNA test. Because there's a slight possibility that child might not be yours. You know what I mean? We know it's the mama's child, but it might not be yours. A woman to tell you everything, I love you, da-da-da-da, this baby's yours, you this and that. They'll sell you a whole bunch of bullshit, and that child might not be yours. And if you go around having a doubt in your head and you don't act upon it, you wait too long, now the feelings are even stronger for the child. The hurt just going to be even more of a hurt. The hurt's going to be severe than knowing at the rip. It'll be less of a sting to your heart. Waiting down the line, the kid get a certain age, say the kid 9, 10 years old, and all this time you've been having that feeling that he might not be yours, and the kid's getting older and you're looking at him like, damn, he don't really look like me. Now I want to do the DNA test. And then come back, it's not your child. You're gonna be fucked up even more. You feel what I'm saying? Even though, you raised that kid, it's still gonna be fucked up because at the end of the day, that's not your child. That's not your DNA in that child. You feel me? That's another man's DNA. He might have your upbringing, but that's not your child. So fellas, if you have any doubt in your mind or in your heart that you with a woman and the relationship might be rocky or what the case may be, but you still care for her and she's pregnant and she's telling you it's your kid, go get a DNA test. Don't be afraid to do it before you sign the papers. Because when you sign them papers, it can be hell to get your name taken off that shit. So to not have that headache, don't even sign it. Be sure that kid is yours before you even sign and want to claim that child. Because once you put your name on that birth certificate, it's a little hard to get your name fucking off. And if you're with a woman who don't want to get it taken off or she's on some bullshit, it's an issue. You know what I mean? So definitely, fellas, protect yourself. Because, some of these women out here, they'll sell you a fucking good lie, a pretty lie, and have you believing the child is yours that it's not yours. So, don't be afraid to do that DNA test, fellas. Hopefully this video enlightens a young man or older man. You see this video and say, you know what? I'm going to go get a DNA test. And hopefully, it helps you out, this video. Definitely, like, share, comment. Definitely subscribe to my channel before you jump up out of here. You know what I mean? It's your boy, Swab Gerald. I'm out. Peace.